Welcome to Let's Play Civilization 3. This is the 140th as well as the final episode of gameplay within this Let's Play. Well, there is only one thing left to do. One teeny tiny, itty bitty little Arab city that needs to be conquered. And that's all that stands between me and complete conquest victory. In my opinion, and I'm sure many of yours, there is no victory purer than the complete conquest of all other civilizations on the planet. And that, ladies and gentlemen, is what we shall see. Alright. It's kind of funny, like, all the stuff that would be very important if it were any other time, but at the very end, dealing with these units and what the cities are building, kind of makes you reflect on what a big empire that we've managed to create through the course of this thing, and all the little things going on that you have to worry about. Well, this empire that we created had enough muscle to take on, in turn, and defeat every one of our opposing civilizations. Alright, now the Arabs shall have their last move ever, and it's gone. Okay, Arabs' last move ever is finished. And we will, you know, I still like to make sure all the cities are building the right stuff, even though it won't matter after this turn, you know. Hey, if the apocalypse is happening tomorrow, I'm still going to get up and brush my teeth, alright? But anyway, as it is, the Apollo program, which is the first step to winning a space race victory, which is not something we're going to be worrying about too much now. That city that we built is growing well. Yes, these captured cities are doing well too. Not that it's really too much of a concern, as I've said many times. Alright. Well, here we go. First we'll shoot at it. Then we'll shoot at it from the other side, even though it's not really necessary. Alright, ladies and gentlemen. Thus begins the final attack on the final city in the final episode of this Let's Play. And away we go. And naturally, our first guy gets destroyed. Well, that's understandable. They're pretty tough. But look at this. Our second guy gets destroyed too. Wow, these Arabs really aren't going down without a fight. Alright, let's send in the third guy. Certainly he's going to win, right? But no. 3 guys down. Well, the Arabs can't hold on forever, and the city, the country, and the game is ours. That's right, ladies and gentlemen. Every city in the world is ours. The Arabs are gone. We, the Indian Empire, is now alone on the earth. We control everything that moves. Save for a few barbarian encampments, but we don't care about those. But you saw that map. We are alone. Now you're probably wondering, why doesn't the victory screen show up right now? And when I first was playing this, I thought the same thing. I thought it might be some kind of glitch. But, as it turns out, you have to cycle through once to your next turn before the computer awards you the victory. So, we'll just humor this for one more turn. One more time, seeing all the little workers buzzing around, doing their tasks, which are rather meaningless now. Yep, one last time of all this. Yeah, it's going to be sad to see this go. When you've done something for 3 months, and 140 episodes, which when you think about it, if every episode is 7 minutes, that means an hour would be 8 episodes, so that would put this at something like 10, 15 hours worth of episodes. I don't know. Maybe someone can do the math if they're really, really bored. But that's a lot of time. And to see it all come to this final victory, this final video, is quite amazing. Oh, and by the way, nice coincidence here. We managed to end by building our first, last, and only original wonder, which we did not steal, the internet. As it says, it puts a research lab in every continent, and it's a very good thing to have. Very fitting that we end by creating the internet. Alright. Well, we'll cycle through everything for the very last time. Alright, yes, build what you want, I don't care. Build an airport, that's good. Alright, build that. Here we go. Around to all the cities, yes, come on, yeah, build whatever you want. Alright, geez, we have a lot of cities. Alright, come on, I want to see my victory, come on. Okay, stop being so impatient, Bone Canoe. Alright, and yes, here is our victory. I know I'm usually a pretty reserved guy, but... Yeah! Woo! Yeah! Alright! Awesome! Wow! Yoo-hoo! Yeah! Huh, look at the time. 296 hours, 34 minutes, and 52 seconds. Now granted, a lot of that was idling time that the game sat around while I was finalizing the videos, but still, damn. Alright, well the first thing we move into is a screen of myself on top with all my vanquished enemies below me saying things. And it's kind of funny. Depending on the kind of victory that you win, they'll say different things, and they're kind of clever. I just think it's very ironic to see a picture of Gandhi, and under it to have all sorts of weapons of war, but that's right. We have conquered the entire world as Gandhi. Pretty funny. By the way, that's my actual face. I actually look like that. Yes, I had a very unfortunate condition. No, I'm just kidding. But anyway, they tend to start repeating themselves after a while, so it kind of wears out. But it's still amusing. And next is a histograph, which pretty much repeats the entire game in just a few minutes. So sit back and watch on the next episode as we sum up and see the rest of our victory celebrations.